Lucas Grant was well known in the Scottsdale real estate world. Charismatic, sharp, and ambitious, he had flipped dozens of properties and was on the verge of closing the biggest deal of his career, a luxury home development worth over $5 million. Lucas had many friends and a few enemies. He was confident, even cocky, and not afraid to undercut rivals. Still, no one expected him to turn up dead in one of his own properties. On September 9, 2017, a contractor found Lucas's body in the master bedroom of a house he was renovating. He had been shot twice in the head at close range. There were no signs of forced entry, and his phone and laptop were missing. Investigators learned Lucas was in the middle of a tense negotiation over the Paradise Ridge estates, a project with huge financial stakes. The other party was a former business partner, Eric Whitmore, who had fallen out with Lucas a year earlier over claims of unpaid profits. Eric accused Lucas of swindling him out of nearly $200,000 on a joint venture. Lucas claimed Eric had no legal standing. In text messages retrieved from Lucas's backup server, it was revealed he had agreed to meet someone at the property on the night of the murder. The message simply said, "Meet me at the Ridge. We'll settle this once and for all." Detectives interviewed Eric, who claimed he hadn't spoken to Lucas in months, but his alibi, being home alone, was weak. Still, there was no physical evidence linking him to the scene. Then another name surfaced, Rachel Dwyer, Lucas's on-and-off girlfriend. She had recently been left out of his will and was reportedly furious. But Rachel was in San Diego during the murder, backed up by security footage and credit card use. The investigation stalled. 3 weeks later, a local pawn shop reported someone had tried to sell a MacBook Pro matching the serial number of Lucas's missing laptop. The seller gave a fake ID but was captured on security camera. Facial recognition identified him as Carter Finn, a handyman Lucas occasionally hired for renovations. Carter had a minor criminal record and had recently filed for bankruptcy. When police arrested Carter, they found Lucas's phone in his apartment. At first, Carter claimed he had found the laptop at a bus stop, but under pressure, he eventually confessed. He admitted he'd been hired by Eric Whitmore to scare Lucas into backing off the Paradise Ridge project. Carter said Eric offered him $10,000 to rough Lucas up and take anything incriminating from his devices. But when Carter confronted Lucas, things spiraled out of control. Lucas fought back, and in the struggle, Carter panicked and shot him twice. Carter said Eric insisted on making the murder scene look like a robbery and threatened him to stay quiet. Using Carter's cooperation, investigators wired him and set up a meeting with Eric. During the recorded meeting, Eric was heard telling Carter, "You did what you had to do. That guy got what he deserved." That statement, coupled with phone records and payment transfers traced to Carter, was enough to arrest Eric Whitmore. Both Carter and Eric were tried together. Carter struck a plea deal in exchange for testifying against Eric. Carter Finn received 18 years in prison for second-degree murder. Eric, however, was convicted of first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit murder, and obstruction of justice. Eric wanted Lucas dead to eliminate a rival and regain control over a multi-million-dollar real estate development. Eric Whitmore, sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole,